Okay, we're in Redmond checking out this townhouse development. You can see a couple of things. First of all, the homes tend to be very tall. We are going for maximum density. So you're getting 3 or 4 stories, usually a garage on the main floor, and maybe a bedroom or an entry on the main floor, and the rest of the primary living space up above. We've got some street parking here on the side. You do have a garage. Some people choose to park in the garage, but a lot of people try to use it for storage and other things like that. Depends on how many cars you have. And then this is sort of the main front door entry alley, so kind of a courtyard feeling. You don't want to go out through the garage. You pop out through here, greet your guests here. Look at that sun. And come out to the main street. So we do see a lot of, especially entry-level housing with this type of setup, the townhouse style. Remember, you're just not going to get much of a yard. Make sure your car can fit in your designated parking spots if you have a truck or something. My sister had a Honda Accord, and she looked at so many townhouses where she couldn't make the corner to get in and actually park inside of the garage. So check on that. And the nice thing is you can get really close to some good locations, and you're going to be at a lower price point than you would for a single family home. There's the Knoll in Redmond leasing, so that's apartments. Redmond is the bicycle capital of the Northwest, so says the sign. I do see a lot of people biking around here. I see a lot in Woodinville, so I think they're going to have to contend for that title. This is West Lake Sammamish Parkway here. We're heading toward things like the downtown, the Chamber of Commerce. In the distance, I see cranes and mountains. Kind of get an idea for the downtown. There's a park on the right. Hyatt Hotel, KFC. So this is the old world with the low-rise retail. And this is the new world with the high-rise residential with retail on the bottom. You're still gonna have all your main stuff that you need to survive. I see Chipotle. Well, no, I see Qdoba. It's not the same thing at all. Wendy's, KFC. Jamba Juice, Jimmy John's. Top Pot Donuts, very popular. I did a video on Top Pot Donuts in Edmonds. I should maybe do a video of me eating donuts in every Top Pot location. I don't know if there's anything amazingly unique about them. I like the variety of flavors that they have. You see some kids running around here in the park. If you live in a high-rise with no yard, then it's nice to have a park nearby where you can get out, stretch your legs, walk your dog, walk your kids, whatever you need to do. There's a cannabis place. From my understanding, I'm not a frequenter, but they don't really have medicinal marijuana, which you would think everyone would want. They have a specialty in strains of marijuana that are recreational in nature, and it's actually still hard to get medicinal marijuana without some sort of, I don't know if you can get a card like you can in California. Oh, I do remember I had a listing in Shoreline that was an apartment building, and the poor lady's hallway always smelled like pot, and she said that one of her neighbors had a medicinal marijuana card, and the seller was a nurse, so she should know. Apparently you can get a medicinal marijuana card, but I don't know if you can buy anything at all of the pot shops, as I call them, cannabis outlets. And all this is getting built up right around here by the light rail. So that was Redmond Woodinville Road that we had been driving on, and now we are turning off and going kind of up the hill behind where we saw some of those big estates and getting off the main drag, try to see what kinds of places we might find back here in the suburbs. Where could we live if we wanted to buy a house in Woodinville? That's the question we're trying to answer now. It is a pretty awesome and glorious day. It's about 50 degrees. It's January. I'm seeing all sorts of people outside. We have the sun out today and it's a Saturday morning. So people are out jogging, riding their bikes, walking to brunch, hanging out with friends. We love our sun, and when we get sun on a weekend, most everybody finds a way to get out and enjoy it. Now you can see a little bit more why we call this Woodinville. Plenty of woods around here, as well as some really nice homes. So now we're kind of away from the downtown and we're in the suburbs more. You can see behind this fencing is some housing developments. I'll see if I can sneak you guys in there and show you around a little bit. On the right we have newer homes. Let's head in this way. Okay, this is called Kempton Meadows. And you can see they've got lots of homes, but they're very close together. So in this type of situation, I'm seeing townhouses. So we would have an HOA. Anytime we have this super high density stuff, whether the homes are attached or not, is going to be an opportunity for homeowners association, and whether or not those are expensive depends on what they're responsible for. Typically they're going to be maintaining any public areas, which generally is going to be driveways, landscaping, any little playgrounds or parks that they might have, and also enforcing the rules to make sure we have a nice, clean, consistent look for the properties and they don't fall into disrepair. One question is whether they cover the outside maintenance, and that depends on the individual homeowners organization. So here's a little perk for this development. They have a playground there for the kids and grass so you can take your dog out. But you can see they've really filled up every square inch of this. They have some one-car garages here. Some people are parking out on the street. And these homes have garages in the back, I believe, in those little alleyways. Here's another perk. So that was Kempton, K-E-M-P-I-N Meadows. I can look that up and see what these homes are selling for. Here's Morning Meadows. This is a little bit of an older development, so typically you're going to find larger lots, single family homes, big, but an older architectural style. But you can see even with these older homes, a lot can be done with paint to make it really pop and have some beautiful colors. Check out this amazing Victorian farmhouse style home. Holy Moses! That's really quite something. They've got a 3-car garage in the back. And then over there is a really modern style home. Look at this, flat roofs. We don't see a lot of flat roofs in Seattle because they don't usually do the best with getting rid of water. And a little apartment on the side, an addition. Really making the most of their space here. English Hill Estates coming up this way. Oh, there's a nice house. Look, we've got people out walking.